All right, so in this video, we're going to go over the ads manager. So this is where we're going to be creating all of our different ads, where we're going to be creating our different campaigns and ad set targeting and budget. So you can see right here, everything starts with the campaigns where we're creating our specific objectives. Let's say that we want to create a campaign on dental implants, and then we want to have a separate campaign for Invisalign. And so we want to make sure that we're keeping those separate because those are two different types of offers and they're going to have different targeting. They're going to have different ad creatives. So we want to make sure that we're keeping those separate. So whatever type of offer that you have, you want to make sure that each individual one has its own campaign. So for the dental implants, that's going to be up here for the campaign, and then for the ad set where we're going to set our targeting for a specific area, mile radius. If we want to target by age, by different interests, right? We can get very specific in that area. And with most local business campaigns, the biggest thing that you want to do is leave it open for the most part as far as the targeting, not adding too many interests or really any interest at all, because you want to let Facebook gather as much data as possible, okay? And we'll get into a little bit more detail about why that's important, how that works, because Facebook has a very intelligent AI, and what they do is they're able to go out there and find the right people for you, and then once you're able to collect data on that pixel, they'll go out and find people that are similar to the ones that are interacting, that are actually engaging and submitting their information for you, right? So we'll talk about that in more detail in that section. And so then we have the actual ads over here. This is where we're setting up the creatives, where we have the different images, the different text copy. If we want to have a video ad, if we want to have a single image, canvas, whatever that may be, we can set that up here. And so now that you've seen this at a very high level, let's go to create, and I want to show you how we would create a new campaign. So let's go here, and then as you see up here at the top, you can see this in a more vertical type of hierarchy where we have the campaign up here at the top, right? The objective. Then we have the ad account that it's connected to. And then we have the ad set here where we're doing the different targeting, audiences, the placements, right? The budget, the schedule, and then the actual ad creative here. If we have a video, if we have a single image, if we have a GIF, whatever that may be, this is where we are setting up the creatives. Okay, so this is where we're going to be setting up our specific marketing objective. And when you look at these particular areas here, there's only going to be a certain number of ones that we're going to be working with that make the most sense for what we're trying to accomplish here. The brand awareness is pretty much just that, giving people more exposure to your brand. Reach here, this is pretty much where we want to reach as many people as possible. We're not going to be using these two here. Our main focus is going to be on the consideration and the conversion over here. So the first one here is the traffic. This is where we want to get people to go visit our website and visit a certain page. And so this actually right here is going to be the best for as far as branding, because what we want to do is we want to get people familiar with that particular brand. So if they don't know who XYZ accounting is, or XYZ plumbing, or XYZ dentistry, right? Then we want to get them to interact with the brand so that they can become familiar and then be able to build that brand awareness so that we can retarget them with an actual offer next time. So for example, with traffic, what you can do is, let's say you have some sort of guide or information or valuable piece of content that you can be showing people so that they can become aware, familiar with your brand, and then you can create an audience of people that interacted with the brand, that visited the website, and show them an actual call to action offer that gets them to submit their information because they've already seen your brand before, they've maybe interacted with a piece of content, and so then it's easier for them to fill out information and become a lead versus them seeing you just for that first time. And then we have engagement here. This is for when we're finding people to literally engage with our ad. So we want to get the most people that are going to be the highest likely to want to like the ad, want to comment, want to share, those that are very social, right? And will be the most engaged type of individuals. There's a lot of people out there that need to see an ad multiple times or maybe engage with an ad so that they can become familiar, so that they can feel more secure and more trust to actually become a lead and submit their information. And when you're able to get the engagement, right, the likes, the shares, the comments, Facebook is getting a signal that is letting them know that, hey, this particular ad here is very popular, it's very engaging, it's providing a great user experience. So let me go ahead and show this ad to more people, right? Similar individuals that would be also interested on this particular ad. So it's very good for the Facebook algorithm when you're getting people to engage on your ad so that Facebook can show your ad to as many people as possible. And then we have the app installs here. This is not something that we're going to be focused on in this particular course. This is for software as a service type companies that have some particular software or some particular app that they want you to download or install. And then we have the video views here. This is where we're getting people to watch a specific video. Pretty self-explanatory, but it's really good for warming up cold audiences that haven't ever seen the brand and never engaged with them. And so once somebody has seen a percentage of the video, you can then create retargeting audiences to target those specific individuals who've watched a certain percentage of the video. So let's say, for example, you have an audience of people who have watched the video 50, 75%, right? Those are prime audiences to retarget because they have watched the video at least 50%. And so that means that they are the most hot prospects versus other people who may have just watched the video for 10%, 20%, right? So you're able to create highly engaged audiences that have watched the video a certain percentage and be able to retarget them with different offers, with different ads, because they've already engaged and seen your brand previously in that video. And then we have the lead generation. Now, this is going to be for if you don't want to have a landing page, if you want to simply have people click on your ad and then go to a specific lead generation form within Facebook, you can set that up very quickly and very easily. And so what it ultimately does is it keeps people on the Facebook platform, because if you're using a landing page, people are clicking on the ad, and then from the ad they're going to your website or your landing page to be able to submit their information. And with the lead generation form, you keep them on the platform and they're able to submit their information through the Facebook lead generation form. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that this can lead to oftentimes low quality leads. So you have to make sure that you're putting in questions that are able to filter out individuals that are just going to be tire kickers, right? And so what you can do is you can set a parameter within the lead generation form, and we'll go through that in detail, that allows you to get more qualified leads because they have to take an extra step. So the lead generation ads are great because once you have their email address, then you can continue to market to them via email marketing, right? So extremely powerful here. Just make sure that you're doing as much as you can to qualify these individuals so you're getting the highest quality leads there. And then the messages down here, this is where you're going to be setting up specific ads that lead to a messenger bot, more than likely. Because if you're getting people to interact with your Facebook page, right, Messenger, then you're most likely going to have a specific bot that is talking to that specific individual and asking questions. So for example, with real estate, that's a great area, great niche to be able to have people interact with the Messenger bot, because you can ask them several questions, ask them about their income, their credit score, ask them about their location as far as what type of property they're looking for and what area. And then it can be very interactive for the user. And so this is another great way here to interact with the audience, because you get them to interact with you through the Facebook Messenger. However, after you get them through to your Facebook Messenger, you're going to have a lot of limitations with being able to continue to market to them. Let's say that they, for whatever reason, don't take the offer, or they may have taken the offer and then you want to send follow-up messages. There's certain rules and guidelines that you have to follow. And so I would rather get somebody's email address, because then you can put them into an email series where automatically they're getting emails every other day or within a series. And then it's building trust and credibility and authority that way. Because ultimately, if they're unsatisfied with the email experience, all they got to do is unsubscribe, right? And with the messenger bot, you have a lot of limitations with how many messages you can send, when you can reach out to them. Ultimately, the messages here with the messenger bot does work well. However, it all comes down to the right niche. And so then we have over here the conversions. This is where we're getting people to click on our ad and actually make a sale, make a conversion as far as a lead, or to sign up to our webinar, or whatever that may be here. Our ultimate intention here is to get a conversion, right? And however we want to measure that, whether it be somebody signs up for our email list, somebody downloads something, somebody buys a product. And more often than not, what you'll notice here is you see the different stages, right? The very first one here being the awareness, the consideration, and then the conversion. And so they're here for a reason, right? Because oftentimes you're not going to be starting out with conversions. You want to get traffic. You want to get engagement. You want to get video views so that you can gather information, right? Gather data, and then be able to have enough information on your pixel so that you can actually run conversions, right? Now, the difference here is that, let's say if you have a current customer list for, let's say, a dental practice or whatever type of business, right? And they have a customer list, well, you can upload that to Facebook, create your own audience. And since those individuals already are familiar, right, with that brand, with that business, then you can go straight away and run conversions, because you don't need to warm up the audience, right? So understand that the conversions is something that we want to run after we've collected enough data. We've given Facebook a lot of information so that they can go out and find the right type of individuals that they know would convert the most likely. And then you can create several audiences from the conversions here as well. So very, very powerful once you get to the conversions here, because you can just keep on creating very broad audiences, and Facebook will go out and find you the right type of individuals that are the most likely to convert. So very, very powerful. We're not going to be focusing with the catalog sales or store traffic. So that's going to be it here for the ads manager. This is where you're going to be able to create your objective, right? Whatever that may be. And so more often than not, you're going to be starting here in the consideration stage. So that's going to be it here for this one, and we'll see you on the next.